Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In case you are new here, my name is Benjamin Owecho Ada. I am an architect by training and profession and also a servant of the Lord by calling. On this channel, I talk basically about the ideal family relationship, how to build relationship with others, how to use your mind creatively, and also look at people who have made it in life, the process through which they got to make it, the pitfalls they faced, and how we can avoid such pitfalls so our own progress won't be hampered in any way and we can make it faster. If that's the kind of content you love, you're on the right channel. Just stay tuned with us as we move into today's topic. Now, coming to today's topic, in the last video, by the way, if you've not watched that, please do well by going to watch that particular video. You'll get to understand a lot of things that has to do with what I'm saying today. I'll leave a link in the description below. Just make out time to watch it so that I come up to speed with what I'm actually talking about today. Now, during that last video, I talked about if people want me to talk about the things I told my wife to do in case I pass. And amazingly, a lot of comments came in from so many people saying I should actually do a video on that and tell them what I told my wife in case I pass, what she should do so that she can stay on her feet with the kids without being taken advantage of. In today's video, I'll be highlighting 5 basic things I told her, even though I told her so many things outside of that, but I'll be leveraging just on 5 today to let my viewers know what I told her and how they can also use that in case they need it in their own lives as well. Now, number 1, what I told her, the first thing I told her is leveraging on your passion, leveraging on what you love, leveraging on the thing that gives you joy. Now, I asked her that particular night, I said, what do you love doing most? Even though I know what she loves doing more than every other thing in life, I still ask her because I want to hear from her directly what she wants to do in case of any eventualities like that. And she said, I love cooking, I love catering. I said, yes, I know that's your passion, that's your love. Now, what you're going to do is, since you love passion, since you love catering, you love cooking, we are going to leverage on that and see how we can progress you in that field, that when you are doing that, you won't be feeling the pains of doing that because what you love, you can be doing that as your passion as well as doing it as a form of bringing in resources, income to the family that will cater for you and the kids in the long run. When she told me about that, I said, okay, the first we are going to do is let's put an action plan in place. What do you need to start this particular project? She said she listed out a whole lot of items. She listed the stuff she need to start the business. And I said, can you itemize it? When she did the following day, because when I told her that, I said, look, I want us to start immediately. There is no need to waste any time. Let's start something. Let's start the process. And the first thing is get out a list. Give me a list of what items you need and what materials you'll be needing for us to kickstart this process. That particular day, she listed out a lot of items on a sheet and gave it to me. And I said, step 1. That's what you are going to do. Since you know this is what you love doing, you are going to leverage on this to kickstart the process properly. Step number 2, developing the skill professionally. I said, okay, now I've gotten the list of what you need to kickstart this process. The next item on the agenda is progressing this by further training. How do I mean? I told her, now you want to start this. It's no longer an issue of this is my passion, this is my hobby. It's going professional right now. So in doing that, let's go the professional way. And for us to achieve that, you need to go through some trainings. I said, go online, check on some sites where they teach about cooking and the processes to get good products out of your cooking. And she said, yeah, she's all right with that. Now, we went online and we checked so many websites where we can actually have tutorials on cooking and the professional aspects now of cooking, and also the financial aspect of cooking as well. This is now business. It's no longer a hobby or a passion. It's now strictly business. And we got online and she started the course immediately. Aside doing that, she called some friends who are into such business as well to ask one or two advice on how she can start this business. And graciously, most of them offered her their services, told her what and what she needs to do, what and what she needs to get, how she should start, what she should do, and the process altogether of calculating profits, gains, the margins, and everything. Step number 3, starting the process, implementing it immediately. I told her, now you've told me what you want to do, your passion. We've done some trainings. Now it's time to implement it. And when I told her we're going to start implementing it, she was like, so fast? I said, yes. We shouldn't wait till it happens. Let's start implementing that now, right away. And she said, how do I intend to do that? I said, what I'm going to do first, start from a known terrain, a known environment, and no better place than my place of work. When I mentioned my place of work, she was dazed because she's thinking about me, she's thinking about my personality, she's thinking about my position, she's thinking about so many things concerning me in my place of work, and she was thinking she's going to, rub down on my personality over there by seeing her coming to hawk in my place of work. I said, look, it's not about my staff, it's not about my colleagues, it's about you, the children, and the future. If you want to make this thing work, let's start from a familiar terrain. Put the shame aside, put the inconvenience aside, and let's start this. She thought I was joking. I said, on one particular Monday morning, I told her, today is our D-Day. Start preparing the food. She did the preparations that early morning, and I took her to my place of work. And when we got to the office, my colleagues were like, Oga Ben, today you came with your wife? I said, yes, I came with my wife, but for today, she's here for a different reason. They were like, Oga, why is she here? I said, she's here to do business. They turned and looked at themselves and were like, can Oga be serious? I could see that. Even though they didn't mention it, I could see that on their faces. Why should Oga bring his wife to be selling petty stuff? And to tell you what, the things I asked her to start selling were one, moi moi, fish roll, egg roll, and stuff like that. Let's just start before going to the main course, like jollof rice and fried rice and all stuff. But let us start from the basics. Just do moi moi, do fried, do fish roll, do egg roll. I think with that we can start something. And after the shock from their faces dissipated, you're like, Oga, that's a good one. Oh, Oga, that is nice. Oga, that is nice. And that was how my wife started selling in my place of work. I won't kid you. She had some harrowing experiences from other colleagues who never knew she was my wife. One particular incident happened when a junior colleague was ordering her around. Madam, open this moment now. Madam, do this. Madam, do that. But unfortunately for that junior colleague, another superior officer who was my junior as well, heard him say that, and immediately she told him, come on, do you know whose wife you're talking to like that? I was like, whose wife is she? She's just doing her business. And the lady told her that's Oga Ben's wife. Immediately, the young man came to an attention and said, please, ma'am, I'm very, very sorry for what I said. Sorry for my utterances. My wife just smiled and said, no, you're not doing anything wrong. I'm doing business, and I'm meant to offer you customer service. So please, it's my duty to unwrap the memory for you. Don't take an offense with that. That's just one of the experiences she faced. But I tell you something, that experience put her on a very firm foundation that in a couple of days and weeks, my wife was doing exceedingly well because her sales were high. She was making good turnover. And after some time, she was like, why didn't I start this all this while? I said, good. Thank God you are loving this. Step number 4, time. Time in this regard has to do with a lot of things. Now, the first part of the time is the fact that there's no time to waste. Since I'm still here, we need to start this immediately, which we've already started. That was a good one. We never waited for it to happen before she started. She started that business while I'm still here. I was guiding and protecting her. I was making sure that she was doing well. Wherever she tried to move from from line, I put her back on it. Wherever she faces challenges in my place of work or wherever she's doing the business, I try to come and intervene. So that part of time was very, very exigent. That part of time was very important, that she has already started and she's doing it and she's loving it and she's getting comfortable with doing it. That part of time is there. Now, the second part of time I told her about was that, look, when I pass, don't forget something. Time does not go on pause because I've passed. Time is still ticking, time is still going. I've discovered that so many ladies, when their partners, when their husbands pass, they tend to forget that time is of the essence. They tend to forget that time is still moving. Time, nobody's on hold, nobody's waiting. And they get lost in the grief, they get lost in the pains, and they forget everything around them, forget the children, forget themselves, forget just everything around them. I told her, I said, look, I don't want you to be like one of those ladies, one of those women. If it does happen, yes, it's painful, it hurts. I know how unimaginable that can be from experience from others around me, but please do one thing. If you're going to mourn with wisdom, mourn with the fact that time is not waiting for you. Because when they tend to forget about time, when they tend to recover, a whole lot has happened. So many things has gone bad, and they try to start thinking of how to pick themselves back together. At that point, the kids are here, they are there. So many things have gone wrong. I said, I don't want you to be like that. When this happens, please pick yourself up together and continue. Don't forget the kids need to go to school. Don't forget you need to sustain yourself. Don't forget, and some of those people who live in rented apartments, don't forget that the bills are still running. They are not waiting for you. So please, don't get yourself soaked in the grief and forget about the fact that you need to work. You need to take care of the home front. So time is always of the essence. Make use of it. Finally, point number 5. Don't depend on anyone. I reemphasize, do not depend on anyone. I've seen situations severally when people pass or when husbands pass, people come around to offer the wife condolences and give her promises and tell her, don't worry about this, I will handle this, I will handle that. Oh, it's so painful, your husband has passed, but don't worry, we are all here, we see what we can do to help your family. I've seen that severally. But what I usually tell such ladies when those people leave, I say, look, please, I'm not trying to discourage you from anything, but don't forget, time is a great healer. After a couple of weeks, they tend to forget the pains you are going through right now. And don't forget one major aspect. Those people promising you, offering you assistance, all have their own families to tend to. And before they come to you, they must first of all take care of their families. Some of them genuinely mean to help you, mean well. But unfortunately, sometimes life does happen and situations don't work out the way they plan and things go south. And when things go south, they will not be able to have the resources to be able to do that. So in that situation, don't hold it against them. And that's the basic reason why I say don't depend on anyone. Appreciate them for their gestures, appreciate them for their offers, but please don't take it to heart. Don't believe everything everyone says, because you'll be disappointed if you do. But with your preparations right now, I think you won't depend on anyone because you're already on a firm foundation, on a firm footing. And with this, I believe that you'll be able to cope without anyone coming to help. When they do come to help, appreciate them. When they do come to help, thank God for that. When they do come to help, use whatever resources they bring your way judiciously to make sure that you add it to the business you're doing already. Don't forget, finances will not flow the way it used to flow anymore. At that point, when they come to give you resources, please don't misuse it, don't waste it. Use those resources judiciously in the business you've already started. If you can, save for the rainy day, because sometimes business do go south as well. When they don't go south, you have something to fall back on as a leverage. So those are the 5 things I told her to implement before and after my passing. And to the glory of God, I'm here today talking with you. I'm still alive, well and hearty. So I want to encourage my men folk, please establish your family, establish your homes, establish your wives. And wives as well, when your husbands try to invest in you, try to put you on those pedestals and foundations, don't say, why are you doing this? You're still here. Why? Don't argue with them, please. Follow them gradually. And if you don't have any skill right now, I beg you, learn a skill as a woman. Learn a trade. Learn handwork. It pays a lot. Try to be independent, because when it does happen, we do not know. For that reason, we need to be prepared at all times. I hope this video has blessed someone. If it does, please don't forget, if you've not done that already, to subscribe. Don't forget to like, don't forget to share, and turn on that notification button so that whenever I post another video like this, you'll be the first to be notified. Thank you very much for watching. God bless you. See you in the next video. I remain Benjamin Owecho Ada.